Gran Turismo just dropped their Spec III update, the biggest update to Gran Turismo since the game was launched. With that came new cars and new tracks, and my personal favourite addition was the Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. Now this track looks amazing during the day, but even more spectacular when you race at night. However, there is one slight issue or shortfall that I think Gran Turismo has missed or just brushed over altogether. Now this video includes 5 races from our live stream where you actually see me discover this issue in real time. It's taken me a long time to edit. I really hope you enjoy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Does this need fixing, or do we just get used to it? Enjoy the video. So we begin this video with race number 1 of Yas Marina Circuit in Daily Race B. And of course, despite all the new updates, new physics, new cars and new tracks, it wouldn't be Gran Turismo without some classic dirty overtaking to kick things off.
Oh, the exit's not though. Oh, the contact on the exit's even worse. Surely not. He's not going to drive on after that, is he? He actually is as well. That's outrageous. Typical Gran Turismo though.
It didn't take long for me to realise I was well off the pace of this lobby, and as we see later in the video, I was due to find out why.
Wow, just struggling a lot overall at this track. I think I'm going to actually have to do a full session of quali practice first, I think.
In fact, we were so far behind the pace in such a short time that our conversation in the live chat very much turned away from the race.
Well, I'm going to disagree that curry with peanuts is nice, of any kind. Strongly disagree. Oh, we got a yellow flag. Might we grab a position? Oh, there we go. We've got one.
It seemed if there was anywhere to gain or lose places, it was very much in this chicane. As the following lap, we gained yet another freebie.
Someone else gone. Up to P13. None of these positions have been gained through pace or skill.
This race was already becoming very frustrating, and as I struggled to find the pace, it turned out the answer to my worries were right in front of me, with this guy not getting a penalty for what seemed to be running incredibly wide. And that was pretty much it for our first race, but I thought it would be worth showing some questionable driving, as is always the case on Gran Turismo. We give a bump draft to Iceman in front to get ahead of the GTR into the chicane, and then the GTR appears to lose all vision as he turns into us just as we get to the first left-hander.
Don't know what makes him think he can turn in there when we are literally alongside him. Surely he can see us there.
It's at this point I would normally say drop your thoughts in the comments, but truthfully we've got way more eventful and questionable driving later on in the video. We jumped straight into the G70 for the next race, but as you'd probably expect, this one wasn't that great either. However, there was still some eventful moments that are worth looking at, so you can at least share my pain. As is becoming our favourite section of the track, we make up one position coming out of the chicane, but we get a penalty for good measure.
I'm wide there as well. That's going to be a penalty for me there.
We do, however, get a good move on the chap in the sit run as he runs wide, and we tuck in underneath to get a move just before the hotel section. Heading for the final lap of the race, and this is where things finally start to get a little bit interesting, as you can see a big group of cars putting the value of the world itself on a P6 finish, and so we're hoping that we can grab a free position.
At least give us one position here. We can see P8, it's P7 I think at the front of that grid. One of them's ran wide, that's got to be a penalty. One's gone. Another one's gone. Through the carnage. Go. Another one's off. Avoiding action on that one. Switchback, maybe. We can see P8 there. P8's what we want, even though we got this P9 in front of us. Oh! He's going to wipe them out. Yeah, we'll have that. We'll have both of them. Oh! Rejoin on, almost nearly wiped us out there, though. P8 from the back of the grid. We'll have that. We'll have that. We'll have that. 8 places made up.
We did attempt a few laps of qualifying, but it was only good enough for a low 2:05, which didn't exactly push us up to the front of the grid. Instead, we were starting P14. At first, I was wondering how I was so far off the pace, but at lap 2 of this race, I soon realised why.
Right, is the NSX going to get a penalty there? Surely. He actually didn't. He didn't get a penalty there at all. So, if that's how far wide you can run without getting a penalty, goodness me. I'll get a penalty for that one, I bet, though. Yeah.
A penalty for me on this occasion, but we soon started to recognise a pattern on some of the corners.
Right, see if the Ferrari gets a penalty there this time. I find it mad how far wide everyone's running and not getting penalties. Yeah, track limits is, well, it's undefined at the minute, I think is the best way of putting it. Right, we'll have a P10 there then.
We then went to check out some top times across the world leaderboard, and lo and behold, my suspicions were confirmed.
Just before the 50 board for braking. Really? Really? We can all do that. This is just crazy. That is just crazy. That doesn't register as track limits. No wonder I can't keep up with everybody else in front. In terms of those track limits there, I want to take a look at this one. Think of Monza. Think of Monza. That's what you try and do at Monza in the first chicane. That is what you try and do, and you get a penalty. So it's got to then be this second line. That's insane. That's making up your own track, that is. You can absolutely go to the second line. Oh, wow, he slows down. Really? There's no track limits there. Is that for real? That's nuts. That is absolutely mental. Right, that's what we've got to go do now then.
So with that, we went and headed straight into another race, and with our newly found racing lines discovered, we were keen to make up some positions from the back.
It is just wild that you can run that far wide on the track and not get a penalty. Which is exactly what me and the Ferrari are going to do. That is a one where you can't go wide though. Then the track limits all of a sudden applies here.
And as we headed into our new favourite chicane, we were once again struck with some good fortune.
Oh, two people binning it, one person binning it. Almost wiping someone else out. Right, penalty from the Ferrari. There we go. Catch up to the back of these. P12 for us now. There we go. Fastest lap 204.7.
Another lap passed and we once again approached our favourite chicane. Only all the good fortune we'd had in previous laps and races had now run out.
Oh, we have the switch back on him as well. Get in. Oh! No! Get! Get! Oh, man. Oh, could have seen that coming. I heard the snap of oversteer in, like, my left headphone. And then I looked down, I clocked it on the radar. I was like, oh, he's gone off there, he's gone wide. And just as he snaps back on, he wipes us out.
An unfortunate race, and we crossed the line to finish P14. And as we worried about our DR rating dropping below the A+ we'd only just secured, we headed straight back in to another race.
Yeah, that one was bad. I'm going to lose A+ if we end up with another race like that, I think.
It was a P9 start for this one, so we of course had our vision on moving forward, which went well.
Ah, that's going to be a penalty. Yeah.
Now, before we go any further, let me be perfectly clear. I don't necessarily condone the wild track limits. I'd rather they were policed how we would expect, but the truth is, we're suddenly left with the idea that if you can't beat them, then you join them. And this is where I'm a little bit conflicted. We want to do well in the races, but we can't do that without racing like everybody else. But then I sympathise with those that want to race properly and get overtaken by some idiot, in this case me, 3 miles off the track, which I don't imagine this Frenchman took too kindly.
He's going to be fuming. He's going to be absolutely fuming when someone gets a move on him round the outside by running off the track and into a different postcode. That's outrageous. We're actually alongside here as we go into the braking zone. Who's going to brake the latest? It will be me because I have the better brakes, but he's going to be there on the inside. Compromise the exit slightly, and then we're going to have that.
And once we reached our second instalment of the battle with the Frenchman down at turn 3, you see that he had an interesting but ingenious way of policing the track limits himself.
He's going to keep me all the way out wide, yeah. Oh, he's put us into the wall. Oh, you little... Ooh. Ooh. A very bad word nearly came out my mouth there. Banned from YouTube for life. Cancelled.
Thankfully, we soon caught up the rest of the grid, who'd clearly been battling and holding each other up, which gave us a chance to try and make up a few positions.
Oh. Look at this. 3 seconds to the leader and 8 cars in between. Yeah, I was going to say, someone's definitely going to end up off the road here. We're going to end up in P8. We set a 2:04.9 fastest lap. P1's been under pressure the whole race though, so he's not had time to actually run in the clean air. 2 of them running out wide there. That's 2 of them with penalties as well, surely.
A pretty decent move down into turn 3 to grab ourselves P6, but for a brief moment we thought we might have even had P5.
Oh! Are we going to get it? Run to the line! Oh! Not quite. P6. P6. We'll have that though. That's a much better result. That's what we want.
We headed out for the final race of this stream, and our aim in this one was to secure ourselves a podium.
Pick a number between 1 and 3 and let's aim for that position on the podium. Let's go. P6, yes, let's aim for that. That'll do. That's a good number between 1 and 3.
As we headed towards the first chicane, we see TikTok F1 core defending to the inside very early on, which gave me all the temptation I needed to try a move around the outside.
Don't move across too far. Nicely done, we'll have that. P7, that's a good move there in the chicane. Round the outside of the first left-hander.
Now, because of the footage that you're about to see later in this video, I wanted to include this clip here. Now, in a court of law or legal proceedings, this is often called character building, which basically paints a picture of me as a person to show that, for the most part, I'm actually a genuinely decent guy. As you can see, we make a bit of contact, totally accidental, but I make sure that he doesn't lose the position, keeping it as fair as I possibly can to allow us to have the best possible race.
Trying to make sure he keeps the position. In fact, I'll give myself no choice. I'm making sure he keeps the position. There we go, P6 for him. Right, race is back on.
Now, please bear this in mind for some of the incidents that you're about to see. As we're alongside Eero heading down to the chicane, we think about going for a move around the outside. But keep your eyes ahead on Super GT, who is getting held up or maybe has a bit of a moment in the middle of the chicane. Now, we do review this properly at the end of the race, so stick around and let me know your thoughts. In the moment, it seemed okay, but we might change our opinion later on.
I think that was okay. Tell me, please tell me that was okay. Steward's inquiry in the chat.
Skipping forward once again to, you guessed it, our favourite overtaking spot of the track, as another gift was on its way.
Well, that's surely, if I get a penalty Oh! He's been rammed off anyway. I thought he was going to spin and crash into us there. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. I don't know what... I literally went to look at my left to look in the mirror there. I don't know what world I think I'm in. Oh, look at that! Switchback from the Citroen. The red Citroen on the green Citroen on the exit.
Now, I want to hold my hands up in advance of some awful driving you are about to see from me. I'll let the clip play and explain afterwards. So as you can see, I do run into the back of the green Citroen in front of us. However, at the time I wasn't sure if this was down to a lag or not. It was a little bit early to be hitting the brakes, but I should have thought that being on the inside, he might have braked even earlier than you'd need to, just to play things safe. On the replay, you can see that the brake lights don't come on or off, which made me question the possibility of a lag, especially since we'd seen a lot of this throughout the race and the stream as a whole. On reflection, whilst actually editing this video, I should have absolutely given the place back. However, let me know your thoughts overall and let me know whether I should have realised this earlier. I do review it live on the stream, which we'll get straight onto after this race.
He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. Two of them have gone. We're on to P2. We are on to P2. Oh, they killed each other. They've killed each other. P2 it is. Let's have that. Let's have that. Let's have that.
Okay, so no time to hang around, rapid fire, let's review everything that happened in that race.
First things first, I want everybody's thoughts. We get past Super GT in this chicane. We've got Eero in front of us. Super GT's kind of gone to the inside, but sort of sent a bit of a dummy. I think we... Yeah, there's a bit of contact there, but as you see, he goes into the car in front of him. And that's what slows him down. I'm not expecting to get a move around the outside of any description here. Oh, actually, no, he has a bit of a slide there. He has a bit of a slide, doesn't he, mid-corner? So if we just have a look here. Full-on brakes. It's a little bit of a slide there. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I felt like that was all right in the moment. It's kind of like, there we are. Enough alongside, but only just. But it's at that point you're already turning in to make that corner. So in terms of being ahead at apex or alongside at apex, yes, but alongside at the point where you kind of need to go right, aiming here for the racing line here. It's maybe questionable, that one. Thoughts in the comments. Yeah, so we can see there. So this guy brakes very, very early as he kind of steers to the inside line. We're gaining on him. Obviously, we're in the slipstream, but I know where I want to brake. And it's definitely not on that line, which is where he's gone for. Most of the braking points are after that line. It's another questionable one. In the moment, I actually think or wish I'd just given that place back. To be honest with you, I wasn't 100% sure. But then behind us, all of them have gone off and ran wide and killed each other anyway. Yeah. Then we get a bit of contact from behind there twice. So yeah, everybody's killing everybody there. And then, yeah, everyone loses it, everyone dies. Good fun. Typical Gran Turismo.